This sound is added to the video for every time I was majorly alarmed.
Zaria and Mommy Dot with clip-on birds.
Now you're recording.
April 28th, 2022. In our apartment at Los Alisos in Mission Viejo. Incident date, June 7th, 2022. 40 days from the date of this video. Zaria doesn't have a mark on her. Missing events in the log.
So from Vacant Dimension, I was taken by Deputy Shrum and Deputy Gonzalez. Deputy Gonzalez was the driver and Shrum was the passenger. And I don't know where my kid is because my kid wasn't in the same vehicle as me. So this is an emergency situation. I'm figuring I'm going to the hospital or to go receive medical care. So we go to
Lake Forest Community Policing Center.
this parking lot. Double rows of parking. I have no idea where I'm at because I'm, directions to begin with. I get lost in a cardboard box. Both Deputy Shrum and Deputy Gonzalez got out of the vehicle and had left me in the vehicle in the parking lot. And that's when I lost consciousness.
In the parking lot, which I now know was the Lake Forest Policing Center. Missing events in the log. I regained consciousness after they came back to the vehicle. I don't know how long it was. Then they drove me to the Lake Forest Sheriff's garage. Both sheriffs got out again. I could see them walking towards the gun lockers. I still hadn't been given medical attention. Then a different officer that I had never seen before opened the rear driver's side door and got into the back seat with me. The officer was Deputy Castro, the homeless liaison. He did not introduce himself. Deputy Castro questioned me, asking, "Why was my child running around in the street barefoot?" Since that never happened, I was further alarmed and asked for a lawyer. After repeating this a few times, he read me my rights. Then he got out of the car in a hurry. That's when the first social worker I had seen came up to the rear passenger door where I was seated, opened it, introduced herself as Nadine Argasogli, and informed me that I was being arrested and my 2-year-old daughter was going to Orangewood. Missing events in the log. I had been arrested on 6/7/22 in the Lake Forest Sheriff's garage and taken to jail instead of being given any medical attention. I was released on June 9th at 10 p.m., 12 hours from Zaria's detention hearing.
You're supposed to, at the detention hearing, if the parent of the child puts a motion in, you can get an extra day. But I hadn't even been appointed an attorney, and although I called and spoke with various different social workers, when I did get a hold of the social workers, I went with Mary Dang and Bryce Pearson, and they had told me that court was already open and that it was too late. That the judge didn't appoint me an attorney. I was basically marked down as indigent, and that I just didn't show up. And my child was placed immediately with a foster family.
This means that by the court's actions, the petition was already sustained. The first caregivers told me that Zaria cried for 2 weeks straight, as we weren't allowed to see each other. I cried too. June 16th, 2022. I was given my attorney, Kara Bender's name and phone number.
The attorney that I had, Kara Bender.
I found out later that Ms. Bender had been grieving since June 10th. So as far as I am concerned, I wasn't being represented until June 30th.
She was up until, I think, January. And she was the attorney up to that point.
June 28th, 2022. Zaria was, quote, detained for 21 days. And I was forced into going to the social service office without an attorney to pick up the petition. If I wanted to see my child, whom had never been apart from me, for more than an hour before this, if I had not done this, the petition wouldn't have been considered properly submitted. I was also forced to be interviewed twice by social workers if I wanted visitation. To me, this means my child was being held hostage, not simply detained. Social services had no business continuing to detain my child until they could put in their own petition based on complete hearsay. July 29th, 2022. Keonia family visitation. This visitation was 52 days from June 7th,
now you're messing with the lights. Now you don't want to do anything in front of the camera?
Penguin.
Yes, Zaria.
It's the bumblebee. You catch bumblebee.
You gotta catch the bumblebee. I'm not that fast.